Good day, good people. Hello. This is going to be another day where you see this shirt probably about 3 times because I'm recording a bunch of videos because I'm in the spirit. Let's start with the one that really just made me have to come on here for you guys. I really want to do a vlog on k.michelle. Why, you ask? I have a serious love-hate with the artist k.michelle. Miss Kimberly Pate. I was first exposed to her actually by another chapter soror of mine who also is a singer, and I think had hung out with her, and I just remember her posting about her because she lives in Atlanta as well. And at first it was like a joke because I actually know another chapter soror of mine who has a similar stage name, you know, wants to be a singer as well, to k.michelle. So it was a little bit of a joke. It was like, oh no, I don't do a k.michelle because I know the other. But then, you know, I think this is, of course, this is before, I'm 34 now, so this is before I was 30, so give or take, maybe it's a 5-6 years ago type of thing. And then Love and Hip Hop Atlanta came, and I, again, not really knowing much about her, just having heard about her before. I think at that point she may have had like one single. So she comes to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I feel like, I don't necessarily think she stole the show. I think that whole season, that whole location, that whole show in the, you know, for Atlanta has been crazy. They all do crazy stuff. But she, of course, stood out for a lot of people. For me, I wanted to like her, but then I didn't like her. I found out she was a part of a Black Greek organization, and I was kind of like, whoa, at the way she presented herself, because I think, as a member of a Black Greek organization, I do always think that, you know, there's a certain, or there should be a certain way you carry yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you should be fronting, but I'm just, you represent something more than you. As soon as you attach your name to it, or your affiliation, you represent that organization. So whatever it is, whoever's, or, you know, Boys and Girls of America, whatever. I always, when people are affiliated with an organization, I always feel like you should keep that in mind and know that you are then representing that organization, whether you like it or not. So then I didn't like k.michelle. But then it's like, as the season went on and you got to know her, or, you know, just her storyline, it was kind of hard because it's like, she was very open about the struggle she has had in life. And I'm not here to judge anybody. So this is how my love-hate has started with her. At that point on the show, again, only having known about one of her songs, I couldn't even repeat it. I didn't know that she had a whole bunch of mixtapes. I didn't know anything about more, you know, her music side. I was taking her in from the reality show side. And I was just like, this girl is crazy and she doesn't care about anything because she's just willing to lay it all out on the table, be raw, real about it. It's great for TV. I don't know if that's great necessarily. And then I think I started getting to the point where I was thinking, you know, a lot of young girls probably look up to her, or do look up to her, and I didn't know if it was necessarily the best thing to be so open, because not every troubled young girl is going to land on her feet, quote unquote, like k.michelle. So it's like I understood the real side, the realness of it, and being honest about life, but I wasn't sure if they were given the full picture and understanding, like, it's not always a happy ending. It really isn't. And I'm not saying that you should just, you know, not hope for the happy ending, but it just, again, this is my love-hate with k.michelle. So, prior to the second season of Love and Hip Hop, because I admit that my love of reality shows was definitely amped up by Love and Hip Hop, I decided to, you know, find out a little bit more about her as far as an artist. And I have to admit, I loved her. I started downloading like her mixtapes, the old ones. I was like, I didn't even know she had this much music. And her new album was going to be coming out, and it's like, I hated to admit it, I like her, voice-wise. I like her lyrics. I don't care. Jason always gets mad at me. I feel like she is the next progression to Mary J. Blige. Like, she has that same raw, real, I love hard, I love crazy. I'm going to sing about it, and I'm going to say something that's going to touch you, because girl, I done been there. Girl, I done been there. I done been there. But then it's like, I don't like you. But then I like you. Oh, okay, Michelle. There's so many issues, but you know what? That is actually, to me, a beauty in life, and not everybody agrees with it, but it's not all one thing. It's not all good. It's not all bad. There's so many dualities to life, and k.michelle is a walking duality. So I try just not to judge her. No, I do not like everything she does, what she, stands for. When I see her on TV or hear about stuff, on the, what do you call it, gossip lines, whatever. I take everything with a grain of salt. Then again, you also have to understand, I'm grown. I'm mid-30s. I'm not a young girl, so I don't necessarily, I'm not looking up to k.michelle. She's entertainment for me, and I understand, and then that's what starts the love-hate again, because I'm like, well, there's so many people who are not at my point, so that, they might take that as real. They might think that it's okay to do this, to do that, da-da-da. God, there's so many struggles in life. I mean, sometimes you have to pick your battles, draw the line. So I just leave it at, I have love-hate for k.michelle. But that girl can sing. Girl, that girl can sing. So her first album came out, and I got to tell y'all, I loved it. No, I did not buy it, but I did download it. Yes, I do dabble. And I loved it. Loved every track, listened to it, back and forth, play it. I think she's talented. I love the way she writes a song from a woman point of view. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. If you are a woman, I don't care what color, black or white, brown, red, I don't care. And you've been single in the growner part of your 20s. I'm going to say between, say, 24 to 30. And you've had to deal with the dating game. There's no way you cannot identify with her at some point. Because I don't care what you say. All women have a piece of crazy. If you're not crazy, you might not be a woman. I'm just going to tell you, girl. I'm going to tell you like this. And if you have dated, that crazy has been tested. Because these guys out here, it's a different world. This is not the 1920s where they come knocking at your door and ask your mom and your dad for your hand. This is not what's happening in the 14 or whatever you want to say. I was about to say the 99. Showing my age. But it's a different world. It's a different world, people. So if you have dated and you have had some situations that are funny, not funny, whatever, good, bad, man, k.michelle, she writes, okay? She writes. Like I said, she really reminds me of Mary J. Blige. Her demeanor, everything. I'm not saying she is Mary, but let's keep it real. Let's take it back to Mary. When Mary first came out, our parents, I know our parents, they didn't love her. They were like, who's this little hood chick? Who's this little hip-hop girl? What the hell is she singing about? My mom did not start liking Mary till she came out with the third album. I think with the, it was just her face looking like an Indian with the scratch, with the white cut. Mary had to grow into her own. So I tried to let that piece of it, I don't pay it much mind, because I'm like, k.michelle is going to have to grow into her own. I don't know how old k.michelle is, to be honest. I know she ain't a baby. She's not like 22, but I don't know if she's over 30 yet, I'll be honest. I'm not sure. So I just give her some room to breathe. But in her state where she is now, I really, again, I can even identify. Not necessarily now, but some of them situations she's singing about, girl. Woo! Hallelujah. Sometimes you need somebody to sing about it. Sometimes, that's why I love music. You need somebody to sing your heart. Oh my gosh. And since I can't sing and I can't write, here we are. Yes. So I've been a Mary fan. I am a k.michelle fan. So, now k.michelle this week released her, well, I don't even know. I think this is like her fifth mixtape, but it's her album after her first official album. Now, she dropped Rebellious Soul, I guess, last year. She did a mini mixtape. I think it was called The Holdover. It was 3 songs, one of which is on this official next mixtape. One of her mixtapes, I guess before, was called No Fucks Given. This one is called Still No Fucks Given. Sorry if you don't like the language. That's another thing. But I've loved it since R. Kelly and whatever. I love when R&B singers can kind of mix in the cuss words and sing it in a way that's like sexy. Like it still speaks to the emotion, to the sensitivity of the song. I don't know. Call me crazy. I love a cussing R&B singer. To an extent, because I have heard some that is like, this is too much. Some young boy, I can't remember his name. I was like, this is too much for me. You are not taking me anywhere but to the gutter. I can't listen to you. K.Michelle, like I said, is a love-hate lover. So I decided that I wanted to vlog about her entire new mixtape. It came out last week. It's on DatPiff, DatPiff.com. For free. You better go catch it. It's 26 tracks. Let me go back to it. Now, I was really thinking I was going to play each piece of them. I'll play a little bit for you guys, but let's be for real. I don't have great camera equipment, so it would probably come across really whack. So I'm just going to kind of play it and talk, and you guys might hear it in the background. Now, what I do, let me turn this down. What I do when I evaluate an album for myself, in all seriousness, to decide if I like an album or not, I know I gotta turn it down. I listen to it the first time, and then I go back and listen to it. I listen to an album at least twice before I say it's good or bad. If the first time I'm going through, I'm already feeling it, I'll say, yes, I love it. If it's not, I'll wait before I say I don't like it. So I listened to K.Michelle. I downloaded it yesterday, and I went through and I listened to it randomly. I should say, so the first time I listened to it, however, second time I make sure I listen to it as the artist presented it. Did the same thing with Beyonce. Anything. I make sure, because I believe that when artists put an album together, sometimes there's a vibe they want us to feel. So I make sure that I've listened to it at least one time the way the artist has presented it. So, I love this mixtape. Girl, you done did it again, K.Michelle. Okay. This song that's playing is called The Realest in the Game. It's the first song on the album. She talks a lot about being judged, about her shortcomings, her successes, what people talk about. She talks about love. Like, she just, I mean, for lack of better words, and I know people hate this term, she keeps it real. And it's real for her. It might not be your reality. You might not have gone through these kind of love things. But child, let me tell you, if you have experienced any of it and Michelle talks to you, she will touch a nerve, because she is very real. It's not all about men being bad. She talks about the trifling stuff we as women can do too. I'm going to the next one. There's a lot of interludes too, so I'm going to skip through those where she talks. But that's kind of, I think, before she became popular, or before she became mainstream popular, what was making her popular is her little interlude. She cusses up a storm. See, I don't even know if you guys can hear this. This is called I Love This Way. It has that mixtape feel. Now this song, I picture the windows down on the car, blasting the system. I'm just going to give y'all little pieces. And she always comes at a neck. It's called Fuck You. She does this like rapping, singing thing on a couple songs. It's cute. I mean, you have to be, appreciate that. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not gonna do the interludes. The talking. Painkiller was on the holdover, the short mixtape she put out after Rebellious Soul. That was my favorite one, so I was happy to see it on this mixtape. So I'll give you a little piece of it. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I hope you can. I just want to give y'all a feel of it. This is called I Love the Money. We're going to just... This one is good. Heartbreak and Headboards. K.Michelle's the type of artist you gotta listen to the lyrics too. Like, you gotta hear it. The beats are nice, but the lyrics is what just takes me to like, yes, you did it. This is called Baby Mama. This is called Loyal. I'm gonna just keep going because this is already probably 10 minutes long. It's called She Can Have You. I know, right? She takes you up and down. I never thought it would be like this. I know. It's a lot of cussing, y'all. This one's good. It's called The Devil in You. Still no fucks given. K.michelle. It's a mixtape. This one is good. It's called 10 Minutes with God. Run the streets. I don't know why all my athletes, you know what I'm saying, are out here chasing dreams. Just dribble. Zero fucks. Dribble the motherfucking still, you know? I learned how to run in these streets. Rated R is a long. This is my favorite song. It's called Summer. My heart, I actually listened to it on shuffle the first time. This came up third. And the first two songs I was hype, and then I heard this, and I actually popped a tear. It reminds me of my love so much. Like, it's just the words. It's like she wrote this song straight from my heart. If I needed to express in a song how I feel about Jason, she took it and she wrote it. I'll hold your umbrella in the rain. I am down for anything. Child. I hope everybody gets a love like that where you just feel like you will do anything. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying it's a very powerful feeling to feel like you will. This is called Tomorrow's Too Late, and this one is really nice too. Where she kind of digs deep. It's called Whatever. My girl k.michelle. Rhythm is streets. Still no fucks. Give it. Trendsetter 6. Listen again. Okay. That was the whole album. Woo! I'm so sorry. I think that's like 7 minutes of just music, and I hope that you guys could actually hear it. So I hope that that was a little preview. If some of you guys didn't know, if you wanted to download it, or if you don't really know much about her. But if you like R&B, I just feel like you can appreciate K.Michelle and be honest. Like, she's saying she got a little, you know, she's a wild one, but I can't take her talent from her. So, that's it.